The following is an Investor Brand Network audio production via our audio press release solutions. As a multifaceted financial news and publishing company, Investor Brand Network utilizes its network of more than 5,000 distribution partners as well as other corporate communication tools to introduce public and private companies to a wide audience of investors, consumers, journalists, and the general public. Investor Brand Network's platform connects the investment community with companies that have great potential and a strong dedication to building shareholder value. The following audio press release may feature a client partner of Investor Brand Network. Investor Brand Network may have been compensated for the production of this audio production. Please be sure to read our entire disclaimer for full disclosure.
Psychedelic therapies offer hope for mental health. Neuroplasticity is instrumental in brain health, and the importance of neuroplasticity can't be overstated. Indeed, the inability of the nervous system to change its activity in response to stimuli often produces stress-induced neuroplasticity, which plays a critical role in almost all mental disorders. The problem is conventional drugs have done little to correct damage in this response, resulting in mental health disorders that now affect nearly 1 in every 8 people on the planet. Amazingly, research with psychedelic therapeutics has shown great promise, inspiring hope in treating a broad range of mental health disorders. With the urgent need for new, more effective treatments to treat a wide spectrum of disorders, Cybin Inc, CYBN on New York Stock Exchange, is pioneering groundbreaking research and striking important partnerships to unleash the power of these psychedelic-based compounds. Cybin has a differentiated method of progressing psychedelics into therapeutics than others in the sector, such as COMPASS Pathways Plc, CMPS on NASDAQ, Mind Medicine Incorporated, MNMD on NASDAQ, ATAI Life Sciences N.V, ATAI on NASDAQ, and GH Research PLC, GHRS on NASDAQ, which are also intent on offering effective solutions. Cybin is looking to lead the psychedelic renaissance that could for the first time deliver treatments to address the root of mental maladies rather than just mask the symptoms with conventional drugs. Mental disorders affect more than 900 million people globally, with direct and indirect economic costs of a staggering $2.5 trillion. Cybin is on the brink of initiating a PH2 study evaluating its deuterated psilocybin, analog CYB003, for the treatment of MDD, with a pilot study for its deuterated DMT program, CYB004, following shortly behind. The FDA has greenlighted a PH2 trial that will utilize Cybin's Embark Psychedelic Facilitator Training Program and a first-of-its-kind PH1 neuroimaging study co-sponsored by Cybin. Cybin has formed a new partnership with the Chopra Foundation and attracted investments from investment titan BlackRock and others. Power of psychedelics. There are several existing and experimental drugs that act upon neuroplasticity, but do so slowly and with limited protracted effect on key circuits. Psychedelic compounds have seen a spike in interest due to their apparent ability to overcome these challenges, rapidly producing structural and functional changes that result in a durable positive effect on function and subsequently behavior. There's strong belief that different classes of psychedelics, such as ketamine, psilocybin, DMT, and MDMA, can be developed for a wide range of unmet medical needs. These needs may include hard-to-treat disease and disorders, such as anxiety, depression, addiction, and post-traumatic stress, among others. In aggregate, mental health maladies affect more than 900 million people globally, with direct and indirect economic costs of a staggering $2.5 trillion. Today, therapeutics protocols are dominated by antipsychotic and antidepressant drugs, often in conjunction with some form of counseling therapy. Cybin Inc, CYBN on New York Stock Exchange, has established a leadership position in the psychedelic-based therapeutic space based on its proprietary scientific approach and drug development ecosystem, which delivers the healing properties of classical psychedelics while reducing variable side effects. Cybin leverages existing clinical data combined with medicinal chemistry and drug delivery technologies to improve the patient experience by overcoming the limitations of current treatments for mental illness. This innovative biopharmaceutical company has one of the most robust pipelines in the industry. The company's 140-plus completed preclinical studies is supporting the development of 50 novel psychedelic-based compounds across 3 different patent families. Little surprise that Cybin recently received a new U.S. patent protecting CYB004, the company's lead investigational proprietary deuterated DMT compound for treating anxiety disorders. Given the company's scientific rigor, many more patents are likely to follow. Cybin continues to differentiate itself from its peers, becoming the first psychedelic company listed on the NYSE American, co-sponsoring the first-of-its-kind neuroimaging study with psychedelics, and developing proprietary compounds that have the potential to improve the well-known variability and side effects of classical psychedelics for better patient outcomes. This mindful, patient-centric approach has caught the attention of key thought leaders, resulting in more than 50 professional partnerships with top scientists and contract research organizations. The company's most recent milestone partnership includes a new collaboration with the Chopra Foundation, designed to help support education and awareness for its groundbreaking research and development aimed at harnessing the potential for psychedelic-based therapies in mental health. Embarking down the FDA path. An investigator-initiated trial being conducted by Dr. Anthony Back, Professor of Medicine, Oncology, at the University of Washington School of Medicine, is utilizing Cybin's 6-domain psychedelic facilitator training program, Embark. The Phase 2 trial is evaluating psilocybin for the treatment of mental distress in frontline healthcare workers suffering from depression, anxiety, and burnout. The Embark Psychedelic Facilitator Training Program is a new training curriculum based on a groundbreaking psychotherapy model that integrates leading clinical approaches to promote supportive healing with psychedelic medicine. Embark was co-authored by Dr. Alex Belser, Cybin's Chief Clinical Officer, and provides all the foundational training needed to provide skillful and ethical care to participants receiving these new psychedelic-based treatments. The company is also close to initiating a Phase 1/2A trial for CYB003, its lead investigational psychedelic-based compound, for the potential treatment of major depressive disorder and alcohol use disorder. CYB003 is derived from psilocybin, which is part of a family of molecules that act as neurotransmitters, such as serotonin. Encouraging preclinical data demonstrated that the CYB003 therapeutic profile was less variable than classical psilocybin and may offer safer dosing options and more predictable patient outcomes. Cybin is set to initiate the Phase 1/2A trial in mid-2022. Cybin's second development program that is set to enter the clinic is CYB004, its deuterated dimethyltryptamine, or DMT molecule. DMT has been shown to exert its psychedelic effects via activation of the 5-HT2A receptor. In its natural form, DMT is rapidly metabolized in the body, fairly unstable, and not orally bioavailable. The deuterated version of DMT, however, has the potential to overcome these limitations and provide increased oral and pulmonary bioavailability, faster onset with lower doses, and less patient variability. CYB004 has the potential to effectively treat anxiety disorders. A pilot study is expected to begin in the third quarter of 2022. In addition, earlier this year, an institutional review board approved a Cybin-sponsored feasibility study evaluating a quantitative neuroimaging technology from neurotech pioneer Kernel to measure ketamine's psychedelic effect on cerebral cortex hemodynamics. The first-of-its-kind study utilizing kernel flow will measure longitudinal brain activity before, during, and after the psychedelic experience, and provide quantitative data that may lead to a better understanding of the effectiveness of psychedelic treatments. The study received FDA Investigational New Drug Authorization, or IND, in October 2021, and is expected to begin enrollment soon. Attracting institutions and partners. As awareness of psychoplastogens as a potential disruptor to the biopharma industry in healing mental disorders becomes crystallized, ever more leading influencers and institutions are increasing their exposure to the sector. This includes the ARC Genomic Revolution ETF, which initiated a position in ATAI Life Sciences this month. In addition, investment titan BlackRock Advisors, the world's largest money manager with $9.5 trillion in assets under management, secured a position in Cybin in the fourth quarter of 2021. BlackRock joins healthcare fund manager OrbiMed, Citadel Advisors, Horizons ETFs Management Incorporated in Canada, and other institutions holding shares of CYBN. Most recently, Cybin received additional validation via a new partnership with the Chopra Foundation, a not-for-profit organization dedicated to improving health and well-being, founded by Dr. Deepak Chopra. The foundation is working closely with Cybin to support education and awareness about its pioneering research and development in harnessing the potential of psychedelic-based therapies in mental health. Quote, "Through our Never Alone movement, we aim to combine forces with the best and brightest across businesses, policymakers, mental health professionals, and others, all with the goal of building awareness, advancing scientific research, and creating a global community to ensure widespread access to well-being resources," said Dr. Chopra. Cybin's differentiated method is thoughtful and ethical, and Cybin is one of the only companies that may truly address the needs of patients and providers. End quote. The Lineage to Succeed. Cybin is achieving success thanks to scientific rigor and a talented leadership team that has expanded staff from just 5 to 55 employees across 4 countries: Canada, the United States, the United Kingdom, and Ireland. In November, the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency awarded Cybin a Schedule I manufacturing license for its state-of-the-art lab facility in Boston. The DEA license is a federal requirement for any researchers who intend to study, produce, analyze, or otherwise work with Schedule I controlled substances, as psychedelics are currently categorized. The Cybin team has a lengthy list of achievements, including 37 sell-side exits across the biotech sector and other verticals, plus hands-on involvement in the development of widely used drugs, such as Allegra, Sabril, Anesmet, Vanica, Zyprexa, Cymbalta, Nupro, and Vimpat. Most importantly, Cybin team members have provided guidance and oversight for more than 60 IND programs under FDA protocols and have 300 combined peer-reviewed publications to their credit covering research in addiction and psychedelics, among many others.
This audio press release is an original broadcast provided by Investor Brand Network, a multifaceted financial news and publishing company that delivers a new generation of corporate communication solutions, including news aggregation and syndication, social communication, and brand awareness tools. Investor Brand Network may receive payments for the services and solutions provided to its client partners. You should assume that the owners, officers, and directors of Investor Brand Network or financial analysts mentioned in this audio production may hold a position in and may intend to trade the securities on their own accounts. This audio production is not an offer or recommendation to buy or sell any securities mentioned in this audio production. The information in this broadcast is presented solely for informative purposes and is not intended to be or should it be construed as investment advice. As in all investments, investment in the featured companies carries an investment risk. Listeners should review the companies thoroughly with a registered investment advisor or registered stockbroker. This audio production by Investor Brand Network is not purported to be a complete study of the featured company or other companies mentioned. Information used and statements of fact have been obtained from featured companies and other sources but not verified nor guaranteed by Investor Brand Network as to completeness or accuracy. Such information is subject to change without notice. Please see our full disclaimers and disclosures at investorbrandnetwork.com.